There we go. Plugged and unplugged it. It says it's picking up now. Can you hear me now? My mic says it's being picked up. And of course, that sounds better. Okay, so you can hear me now. Good. Because of course, I go live publicly. Because I always do this unlisted. Never have an issue. The one time I decided to do this live, the mic's like, you know what? How about we chill? How about we chill for just a second here? Of course. Can you hear the music? And it's not too loud, right? The music, it's just some lo-fi music in the background. Just making sure everything's okay before I'll just get started, and then people can just join in whenever or can watch the VOD. Which if you are watching the VOD, you'll be able to watch, or you'll be getting live chat feedback. It sometimes takes up to 24 hours for chat to show up. Sometimes it's like there right away. Sometimes you have to wait a little bit for the chat to show up. I don't know why. That's a YouTube thing, so wouldn't know. Okay, music is fine. Cool. All right, let me reorganize myself here. I always have to move my keyboard, so I have to be sure like I'm done typing. So here we go. That's my mouse. Let's do my oil. This going. Okay, so the only news that I have for today, and it's all in the description box, it should already be in there, is for the full moon magic circle. It is a week away, and it is the full moon in Gemini. So we're dealing with divine communication. I'm kind of formatting it a little bit differently than I normally. I've done something kind of similar before, but since we're working with the full moon, we're working on releasing mental blocks, limiting beliefs, self-isolation, since Gemini is a very social sign, and cleansing your spaces, like your workspaces, the communication with partners, business partners, relationship, friendships, and also harsh self-criticism, because I feel like a lot of us can be very critical of our actions versus learning from them. And then showing gratitude, and that's more personal. That's something that you can petition for, that's something that you can do, but we'll be focused on showing gratitude for the connection to the divine, to universe, to your deities, loving partnerships with yourself, with your higher self, friendships, chosen family, being true to yourself, and just opening communication overall, being able to have better communication. So if you are interested in checking any of that out, you can secure your spot for $11.11, and everything else is in the description box. The link to my Ko-fi and all that fun stuff is in there. And that reminds me, I always forget to turn this thing on. I'm starting to put this on for my YouTube now, unless it's for a Magic Circle night, but this is the link to my Ko-fi, so you can get more information there. Oh yeah, and we are dealing with the Lover's card for that one, because it's the full moon in Gemini. Time to take a sip of my cucumber water. And I have been digging using this pixelated deck. This is the one that I don't think it's going to show up nicely on camera when the lights are this bright. But this is the one that has... Actually, let me turn that upside. It gets hidden a little bit, but this is the one that has that cool stuff. If I had a face down camera, I could probably show it a lot easier, but we'll have to work with what we have. So I do have to record the pick a card for the full moon in Gemini. So if you are not joining in for the Magic Circle for that night, you can still participate by watching a pick a card. Hi, Erin. And so I got to record that today because Monday's my time where I usually record that. So it's posted by Wednesday. And that's where I'm like, I'm supposed to go, or I'm not supposed to. I'm going to try to go live on Twitch, but it may be just really short to test out sounds, let my mods test out sounds, and just see how the new system works that we're doing there, because we're changing things quite a bit over there. And so we're changing like the way that we do readings and everything on Twitch. We're going to get back into it, back in the habit. And so it might just be really quick to make sure all of that's in order, everything makes sense, everything's updated, that I didn't forget anything. I have like other pairs of eyes working on that, looking at it. Hi, Nix. So, yeah, so we might be trying that out, but I have to prioritize recording the video. So that's the only thing. It takes me about like an hour, hour and a half just to record it, and then I'll edit it later. Yeah, no worries, Erin. I figured. Alright, so what do we need to know for this week? These cards are always so fun to also shuffle. I don't know if the mic is picking up. They're a little soft. Some shuffle ASMR. I'm used to it, Nix. He doesn't pay attention to me at all. Hi, Astro. How are you? Oh, okay, I actually gotta start flipping cards. We gotta do this. Let's see. This usually takes me, it's 11:49. This could take me about like 30 minutes, maybe 45 if we're chit-chatting a lot. Then I'm gonna take a break because I probably should eat food. And then I may go, like I said, I'm gonna try to go live on Twitch, but I'm gonna do a break and then try to do my recording for the pick a card for this week for the full moon in Gemini, and then go live on Twitch. If I feel like the pick a card's taking too long, I will update in the Discord. I will update in the Discord, be like, you know what, we're gonna just test it on Tuesday. It's not a big deal. Tuesday I wasn't planning on going live normally anyways, so I have to record stuff anyways on Tuesday for Friday's video and whatnot. So we'll just push it back a day. It's just to make sure like everything like is, you know, a smooth transition over there. Yes, and after our union leader, yes. When I was in the tub, I heard the conversation going on, and I was like, I claim union leader, or I put in my application for it. Let the sunlight's on, I can stay out of my head and clean. Nice. I gotta do some cleaning. That's another thing too, I gotta do some cleaning. Funny how you say like the sunlight's out. We got the sun card popping up in here. So first up is we have the 6 of coins. This could be just like a, which is actually interesting because like I said, we're working with the lovers card coming up, which is 6, and we have the 6 of coins, which is a unbalanced. Well, things are not balanced right now. There could be problems with authority figures this week, or feeling like you don't have enough resources or time for something, or someone's like holding their authority over you to get you to side with them. That might be like the present for some of you out there, like this sort of mindset. And then we have the King of Wands energy. We got some Leo energy, which is, you know, doubled with that other Leo, the sun right there. But there could be a lack of confidence or a lack of vision since it's in reverse. It's a challenging position. This could also be feeling like you're not being heard this week. You're trying to communicate, you're trying to explain your vision, but it's having a hard time. However, as an invitation, shoot, a card on the floor. Hold on. Always one card, right? Always one card on the floor. But as an invitation, we have the 10 of Coins. So this is dealing with family. This is community. This is ancestors. This is also like getting money handed down to you. For some of you out there, there could be someone, like if you're at a family function, for some of us, like in America, like it's Thanksgiving week coming up. So you might be dealing with family. You may be wanting just to also gather with your chosen family. This could just be not in celebration of like Thanksgiving, but like you just want to get together and just have some good food if you have like the time and whatnot to do so. Let me get the last 2 cards. All right, we got our crowning card. Let me readjust. I had to move. Okay. This week, we have, like I said, the sun. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Hopefully everything still sounds fine. Should still be picking me up. We have the sun card. We have some Virgo energy coming in here with the Hermit card. You may be wanting to have solitude. And then we got some Scorpio vibes coming in here with the Death card. 8 of Swords. Ace of Coins. I was going to say Pentacles because I'm used to them always being Pentacles. But in this deck, they're called Coins. And then the Magician. And then our crowning card. Ace of Cups. So trying to get in the mindset of new beginnings, new potentials, emotions that shouldn't get in the way of practicality though. Like I said, you might be feeling very, very much more of like there is no sunlight with these 2 cards. Like it's hard to see, not in like actual sunlight, even though it could be gloomy where you're at and whatnot. But it's more of like not wanting to get outside, wanting to be in solitude, wanting to, and it might be a challenge. Also being comfortable with your own voice and like the voice in your own head, being comfortable being alone, listening to it, taking words of advice from yourself, not realizing if it's coming from a message from like above, from spirit, from your deities. Like there might be unclear, you might be unclear if that vision or that those thoughts are coming from something outside. You're not able to trust your intuition. So we've got the Death card coming in here as kind of like we're going to put an end to this, where you need to start letting go. We need to be able to transform this week, even small things. We need to be able to let, which it's interesting, this whole middle row here is all major arcana. So, and that is like the present energy. This is the energy of now. This is the energy we want to transform this week, that we don't want to be always held up in solitude, but that we're okay being alone. I'm going to move my mouse. This deck prefers money. It does. It really does. I'm assuming because like the image on there, like it looks like little Mario coins, you know, like this looks like coins because it's pixelated. But we could be feeling very trapped this week. This is trapped in your own mind. This is trapped in your own thoughts. So we're trying to liberate that. And this could also be coming down from someone who's trying to rain on your parade. Someone who might be around you that's speaking negatively. And so you're seeking protection from outside of that. You might be asking your ancestors, your deity, spirit, all of that good stuff. You might be asking for protection. You might be asking for protection and asking for like finances, resources, or how to better gather your resources. Because then we have the Ace of Coins. Money is on the mind with this, you know, but you're not seeing the potential, or you're not seeing how to make it in reality. This could be something more about emotions with that Ace of Cups being in here. It's about like your heart. You're leading with your heart. You're leading with this. You're not being very practical, not being very grounded in this matter. And that's why we have the Magician popping up here. The Magician is getting messages from above and trying to make it into reality. It's the potential. It's the starting card. So at your fingertips, you have the cups. You have your emotions to get in order, and you have your physical self, your present, things that you can get hands on with. So then we look into what we're missing. We're missing the mental thoughts, the sword, and we're missing the spirit, the energy. This could be a very tiring week. This is why we see the Hermit and we see the King of Wands in reverse. He's more of like, we're like feeling burnt out energy, and there could be, because you might be dealing with a lot of people for some of you this week, and if you're not, you're able to like bring it back down, able to do some meditation, some grounding. That could be very good, highly recommended for you right now. Some of you with this card here, this is, like I said, ancestors card, community card. This is, you know, dealing with family members. This could be dealing with family members who have already passed on, since we have the death card, seeking messages from them or being open to listening to those messages. You know, as above, so below, that type of stuff. I was just thinking, I'm like, that'd be perfect. Which, I can't reach it. It's my graveyard deck. The embroidered graveyard. I don't know if you guys remember that one. I can reach the book. If you have a deck similar to this, or maybe a shadow deck or something that you use specifically for those who maybe do tarot or read oracle cards, this could be recommended to try using sometime this week to see if you get messages, see if you're in tune with it. Otherwise, remember to leave offerings to those who've gone before. Remember to leave offerings, a plate of food, stuff like that, to your deities. Some of you may be neglecting that. We're going to bring out more cards, so I'm going to start moving everybody over. I remember it now. Yeah, I was trying to use it. I was going to use it the week of Halloween, and then that whole week I was sick. And kind of a bit after that week, it was like almost a week and a half of being sick, and I don't touch my cards when I'm sick. I know you can have it sit there. Sometimes it depends on like the material of the card, ways to sanitize it. Otherwise you have to let it sit there for a while. I just choose not to touch my cards at all when I'm sick. Even like that nobody else is touching my cards, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not touching them. Oh, my chair. Hold on. Get out of the way. Thank you. Here we go. You see the little table right there? See, it's this one. What does it say? Live deliciously. We're just talking about food. Leave some food out. Remember to leave some food out. Oh, that's so cute. Well, what was the chances of that? Make sure also to eat some good food this week. You may need to touch base with your body and see what you're missing. I won't get into like nutrition and stuff because I'm not a nutritionist. I am not talking anything medically, but like, you know, a nice homemade meal, you know, something like that, something that reminds you of your past in a good way, nostalgia, that sort of stuff, wanting to eat something that, you know, reminds you of good times with friends, family, that sort of stuff could be good for this week. What do we want to surrender for this week? We're using a fan favorite. Surrender stress. Yeah, I can't leave food out. I got a cat. Got you. Can cats have, just like if you leave like milk out, like just normal cow milk, can they drink that, or is that not recommended? Because you can leave offerings of milk and water, but, you know, don't want to suggest something and hurt the kitty. Since I don't have a kitty, I can put anything like at a certain level and Guinness won't get to it. He usually doesn't even go for anything anyways, unless it's bread. Bread, he's a bread dog. So no? Oh, okay. always think of cats and milk. But it's better not to. Got it. Okay, so what I have here, I haven't seen this one in a long time. For this week, we want to surrender your attachments to results. We have the formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, which is gathering your resources, seeing what you have in front of you from the Magician. Then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it, especially if you're being over controlling about it. Would 100% drink all the damn milk. Got you. And then we have surrender your fear of change, which is this death card right here. There may be a habit this week that it's very scary for you to want to change this, but you know you're gonna have to. Like I can say right now with certainty for me myself personally, this is about adding more live readings back to what I do, especially going live on Twitch. Don't ask me why. It may be an unreasonable fear, but it is still there. So we have that. Surrender your fear of change. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always, whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. Needing to remember that you are surrounded, that you build the community around you, that your ancestors who want, like, that work with you, you may not know who they are, but they know who you are, and they want the best for you. They're willing to work and help with you, or that is like your spiritual divine team that you're working with. And then, you know, making sure that you realize is that you have that power, even when you feel like you're lacking some confidence with that King of Wands energy, because we're not seeing the bigger picture here. This is just working on this day-to-day task. This is not something that is going to be easily accomplished, you know, in like a month or in a week and something like that. This is something bigger than that. Could be seen as an offering too. Okay, card damn read my mind, why don't you? I can think of a few to who love cats. Yes, totally valid. And then we have surrender to your full power, which I think is really fun to see this card because we're just talking about Leos being in this reading with that King of Wands, and also specifically with that Sun card, since the Sun, which I can't pick it up, rules over Leo. That sounds like a threat. Well, some people, I'm just saying it because some people don't know their ancestors. They don't have a family tree, or they can't look back. So it's kind of like you're still connected. Like you don't know them, but they will know you. So yeah, we have surrender to your full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. I love that. I absolutely love that. So, and that could be like attached to that, you know, fear of change, because once you start setting that mindset, when you start that mindset, when you start wanting to change things and bigger things, you know, get the ball rolling and it goes something small, then it gets larger and larger. It can be very scary. And I think that's when self-sabotage comes in, and it might not be something that you're conscious of. For some of you out there, when you realize that you've got this big potential, something you do, which is the Eight of Swords, something that's locked in your mind, will self-sabotage. And you will just stop. You will full stop. You will find an excuse, and you will stick to it, and it's going to be so hard to break that. It will be so hard to break that. Be a threat. Yeah, it could be a threat. That's why then you ask for protection from your guides, from your teachers, so your higher self. You get your protection going so you don't let those other ancestors mess with you, because they may not like what you're doing. And you're like, I don't care. Am I still connected? Sorry for like the gulp right there. I just saw a spike. Happening over there. Says excellent connection. I don't see any buffering. I don't see any drop frames. So I don't know what happened. Health with more, working out, the stuff that feels very close to home. I know that all too well. Okay. Let me think. Oh, Oh shoot, yeah, we're gonna use this one. I've been loving this deck lately. I've been loving this one. You were fine. Okay, okay. I just thought it was a random spike in like this little chart thing. I wish I could change it so I didn't see this. I can't. Stream is healthy. Your stream. Okay, we're gonna leave it like that, sheet. The spikes are too distracting. Well, I'm kind of glad to have the coach to talk with every week to remind me that I'm doing well. That's great. Yeah, it was like for me when I started trying to work out just to like to gain some strength back, cause like my back was hurting and all that stuff. I had to just ask Aaron just like to be held accountable for it. Be like, you're my coach now. You're gonna help me, because we don't go to a gym. We just work out here at home. Very simple. I already had everything like planned out and everything like that, and I was like, let's just do this and be done with it. And then I honestly though, this sickness like kicked my ass, so I have to get back in the habit. And then after I got sick, I ended up pulling like a muscle from like the side of my neck almost to the top of my shoulder. Not quite sure where it started and how it happened. It was just, you know, when you're in your 30s and your body just hurts you just for fun. That happened, and I was like, I can't do any workouts for a whole nother week. Ugh. But I'm like, this is a part of life where it's a routine. It's not gonna go away just because stuff happens. Like, you have to heal, you've got to rest, you got to do that stuff. I'm just like, you know, we'll get back into it. It's not a competition with anyone. It's not anything to be so upset about to be like, I'm never doing it again. I know you have to want to do it for yourself, but when you have somebody who can help you and remind you, it makes it so much easier. Yeah. I was like, count for me, please do the counting. Just sit there and count. And also show, because the thing I have comes with like a book like telling you how to work out, and I don't know the name of, like, when it gives me a name, I'm like, I don't really know what that is. And he knows a majority of what the exercises are, so he can just be like, you know what, this is what it is. Let me just show you really quick. You can do it that, or here's like an easier way to do that. You know, someone who's more of a beginner. I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna use your knowledge. We've got Cross as the first one, which always reminds me of the Two of Swords. Since, you know, there's two swords in here, but this is Cross, which is choices, searching for purpose, and daydreaming, which definitely relates to this Ace of Cups. You may be more mental, you might be more, or not mental, more of like, you know, daydreaming, more of thinking of your heart, that sort of stuff, having to make a decision. How do you bring something more practical? How do you make better decisions in your routine and whatnot? Why letting go of results also hits home, because I get so focused on the number on the scale when it's not important part. Yeah, no, I refuse to. How I measured it for myself was simply if I felt better. Like, I would take Gus for a walk, and when I used to beforehand, my back would just start hurting. Like, I don't know, it was something like in my shoulder. It didn't matter like if it was a support thing. It would just hurt so bad. And now I don't feel that anymore. That's like how I did it, was just if I felt like, you know, doing things was easier or harder around the house. Okay. This Oracle deck is like matching to our reading, which I mean is really cool. We have, and like I said, I've only used this a few times. I think every video you've seen is where I've used it, maybe once off of a screen, but because we have this one I've never seen before, which is Wayfarer. And does that not remind you of the Hermit? The staff, the beard, the lamp, like this is the Hermit card. Contemplation, search for truth, and inner guidance. Which, I mean, is pretty spot on a little bit with the Hermit, because when we think of the Hermit is someone who goes away from the crowd, who is, you know, like you said, a hermit. You're on your own, you listen to your own voice, trust your own intuition, but you're more than willing to be a guide. For some of you out there, you might be looking for someone to be a guide, to help you on your way, who is that guiding light, who can help you, who can shine things for you with the hermit. I mean, yeah. Contemplation, search for truth and inner guidance. And then we have this one, which is the heart. Emotional awakening, right? Awakening, intuition, and following your heart, which was what we were talking about with this Ace of Cups. Wanting to focus your heart, but don't let your heart distract you from what it is that you need to get done in the real world. You know, when you get lost in daydreaming, because you're thinking of better times, you're thinking of better situations, you have to act to get that as well. But it is one thing to have these dreams as inspiration, but you've got to act, you've got to work, you've got to do this. And for some of you out there, this could start as simply as energy clearing. There is systems out there that is more about not just cleansing your energy, but you've got to cultivate the energy back. That is something new that I have learned, and I am going to actually talk about this book that I've read. I would show it, but it's a library book, and I totally forgot to put a sticker to cover like the library name on it. But it's called like Modern Guide to Energy Clearing. It talks about you've got to do more than cleansing your energy. You've got to cultivate that. So when you're thinking about your emotions, when you're thinking about your heart, your intuition and whatnot, what energy do you want to replace? You know, and it's about how energy isn't good or bad, negative, positive. Energy can just be flowing or it's stagnant. And this is when we get that death card coming in here, that this energy could be very stagnant, so it's inappropriate. Things don't feel like they're flowing, so then you don't feel good. You don't feel like you're yourself. You feel blocked. You feel blocked mentally, emotionally, and things just start gathering. So this is about cleansing it and cultivating something to replace that. Things that you need to progress. Even if it's asking for like more peace and harmony in your life, so that you can focus on what it is that you need to do and get things done. I'm trying to think. All right, so we're going to do this one, but I want to end with that one. We're going to do that one as a 3. Let's do this one. Big light to what I've been going through. Okay, we're going to do this one, and then if you want to start picking out, I'm going to do the Therapet one, but I'll pick 3 of them. So if you would like to pick 1, 2, or 3, feel free to do that. I'm going to do that after I do this one here, though, so not just yet. Or you can get all 3. You don't have to pick any. It's a little bit of like an affirmation or just like a nice message that you need to hear right now. Aww. Okay, I gotta get 2 more, but the first one here that definitely made me awe was lavender. Surround yourself with love, and this is about that community. This is about friendship. You may be really needing it this week, and surrounding yourself with love. Don't forget self-love. Don't forget, because self-care, for the way I see self-care, is sometimes doing things that you don't want to do. Oh, shoot, there we go. But you know is a necessity to do. Whereas self-love is like literally like take that time to take a break for yourself. Do a breathing exercise. Do something that is just for yourself, for your own mental well-being, and prioritizing that for you, making time for it. Then we have confidence. It comes with time and practice. For those of you who are on that journey of practicing confidence, having more self-confidence in your behavior. We see a sword on this card, so it's like it starts with one thought. This is also like that Ace of Swords feeling, you know, so we've got our aces coming back into here, but this is also definitely relating to that King of Wands, that Leo card, surrendering to your full power card right over here, you know, like it's gonna come with time as long as you do practicing. And like this could be doing just affirmations. You start with something small, one thought, an affirmation for the month, then for the week, and then maybe you're doing affirmation a day. You're going and making a Pinterest board of affirmations that you can pick one when you need it, you know, that sort of stuff. As many as you need, and it can be more than affirmations, starting to learn something that you can be more confident in. And also with that Hermit card, for some of you, this is being able to teach others something that you've got confidence in. You want to share your knowledge. You want to be that guiding light for someone else because you want that. Versus some of you who are looking for a mentor to guide you, to make you feel more confident. Some of you have confidence in a certain subject that you can go on and on and on about, and that's what's going to help you. And it's going to be more practice though with just communication. And then we have Voyage. It says you already have all the answers. This is being able to trust your intuition. This is being able, like I said, to be in one with your own voice, that Hermit card, being able to be alone with yourself and have those conversations with yourself, you know, speaking out loud or doing a journaling motion and realizing that you do know the answer. And it may cause you a lot of fear, but you're willing to take that risk because you're willing to put that and do that promise for yourself because you are worth it. And then we have Library. Take control of your own narrative. Some of you, this is pretty funny because I'm going to a library soon. I got books to return, but we got Library right here. Take control of your own narrative. You're taking control of your own story. You're no longer going to let someone with authority and power, like that 6 of coins coming into here. You're not going to allow someone to also take advantage of your time, take advantage of your money, because some of you, it's like you're putting in so much effort, you're putting in so much time and energy into a person or a situation, and it's only draining you. And when we see coins, we think, oh, they're taking my money. And for some of you that is true, but other times it's mostly just your time, your energy. You know, you've slotted that time for this and you could have been better put into something else. And it's like, don't judge yourself so harshly for that situation because it wasn't something that you could have predicted. It's more of like, all right, now that you're aware of it now, you're going to do something else. You're going to get away from it. You're going to make those changes, which again, according to this reading, it could be very scary to do so and easier said than done, but you can do it. All right, let's bring out this one. Number 3 has a lot of pressure on it, I see. Number 3, you better be really good. Where's Aaron? He would know he's gonna go against the crowd. Okay. We have 1, 2, and 3. All right, if you picked number 1, you have this pretty card right here. You are a whole person. You are complete. You are a whole person. You are complete. You have your own thoughts. It's more of like you don't need another person to, like, you know, in reference to this, you don't need another person to complete you. Also, this is about gathering that resources. Like, you have everything that you need in order to accomplish your goals. If you picked card number 2, you have this one. I am a work in progress, and that is okay. Very sweet, very self-explanatory, you know, a work in progress, and, you know, that's okay. And then for card number 3, which is interesting because I feel like these cards are related, even in the way that they're the colors and whatnot. For card number 2, see how they're similar? But card number 3, it says, you're still making progress even on your worst days. I love that. You're still making progress even on your worst days. I think that's really cute. But it's all about, these 2 cards are about making that progress. So maybe if you pick 3, maybe you're also wanting 2. Who knows? All right, I think that is it for this week ahead reading. We did affirmations, surrendering, got the tarot up in there, some oracles in there. Everyone got to pick their message for this week. Again, remember to like this video, share it with a friend, that sort of good stuff. Subscribe to the channel if you like my style of readings. If you like the community, you want to hang out, you can always join the Discord. And more importantly than anything, just to prepare for those who do something for full moons. We got the full moon in Gemini coming up. We're 1 week away from it. So again, if you would like to join my magic circle, it is now open. We are working with the Lover's card. We're working with divine communication. You know, we're releasing, we're releasing things, we're cleansing things, and we're cultivating. We're cultivating forms of gratitude. If you are interested in learning more about that, there's more in the description box, more details down there. That you can read, and if you want to, here's my little website right here at Ko-fi. There's also a link directly to the shop page. For $11.11, you can secure your spot. And for those who are a part of the Ko-fi tier system for my full moon buns, the link should have already been posted for you. So in case you want to go check the video out and just leave your petition there, you can do it there. You can do it in the Discord, wherever you feel comfortable doing it. So we do petitions, and if you are still in part of the Discord, you can still leave petitions. You don't have to like join the Magic Circle for that. That is for anyone who would like to join, or like in the Discord you would like to just participate and get petitions. It's always good to do that. And thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. And I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this particular on Mondays. It could be Sunday, Monday, whenever I got the time. So around 11:30, 12 o'clock, 12:30 at the latest, my time. I will try to keep Discord updated as much as possible. And yeah, I gotta go do some recordings. And then hopefully later on today I will be live on Twitch, as long as these recordings don't take me out. Which sometimes it does. Sometimes it does, I will admit. But I gotta make some tea. Alright, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for moderating. Thank you guys for stopping in. I appreciate it so, so much. I really do. And Loki for helping me. Because I probably would have done that whole thing not realizing I was muted. So thank you so much. Appreciate it. And I will see you guys in just a moment in the Discord. I'll be popping in there, throwing all the Ko-fi stuff in there, okay? All of the Magic Circle stuff in just a moment. Happy times.